Close your eyes, put headphones in, and listen to this voice. It will tell you things that you will not understand at first and most likely deny. But if you forget every assumption you have about reality, you will open your mind to see a different one that is hidden from the standard observer. You will enter the free state. Reality is an illusion. Time is only a concept. Your conscious is the only true thing that exists. Only with your conscious are you truly alive. Your conscious is divine-like. Now, listen. Remove every thought in your head, every sort of distraction. For a moment, unburden yourself of everything you care about. Is it people you love? Let them surface. Recall every beautiful memory you cherish with them, then let them vanish. Let them spiral into blackness. Love is powerful but consuming. Love for other humans is the strongest of all attachments, but you must have the strength to let people go, if even for a moment. What about fear? What do you fear the most? Is it social unacceptance? Is it a life lived in failures? Is it the fear of death? Bring up every fear you have, even the ones that dwell in your subconscious. Those are the fears you will not admit you have. Let them rise to the surface of your mind, dwell on them. Ask yourself, why do you fear them? Fear is only the product of an attachment to something and the lack of inward acceptance. You cannot fear social unacceptance if you have no fear of others' opinions. You cannot fear failure, if you understand that true success is living without fear of failing. You cannot fear death, if you accept that every human dies and it is the great cycle of life. But you may say it is human to fear those things, but that's because you are influenced by the fact that most humans fear them, not because you are incapable of not fearing them. People will tell you that humans need fear to thrive and that life without love for others is no life at all. This is true, but not all the time. The free state is active only in choosing, it is not passive. To enter the free state, you must be able to disconnect from your human self and enter your divine self. There you will understand that reality is only an illusion. Reality is what you make of it. If you convince yourself that something is true, it will be true. Not because it is universally true, but because your truth is as real as you think it to be. If you believe your whole life that you will never rise from the dust of poverty, then you forever remain impoverished. If you believe that you are not lovable, then no one will truly love you. If you believe that you will live a short life, death will come running for you. However, the same system is true of positive things. If you believe you will someday accomplish something great, then the universe will conspire with you to achieve it. If you believe that you are someone who people can love, others will share a deep love for you. If you believe that you will live a long life, death will wait years before claiming you. What reality you create releases an energy about you, a vibration that others respond to. And there are some vibration frequencies that humans are more attracted to. The more in tune a human's vibrations are with that of the natural vibrations of the universe, the stronger the person's aura. Some of the greatest spiritual leaders like Buddha, Jesus, and Mohammed had frequencies that were perfectly in tune with the universe. Take a deep breath and imagine a white space. There is no one else there, it is only you. Now, what would you understand about your situation if you had no prior knowledge? If you were born at the age you are now into this room, your mind would be an empty slate. You would believe nothing except your own existence, and the concept of time would never occur to you. Time is only the result of observing things in motion in relation to other things. If objects did not move, the concept of time would not exist. In this empty white space, you would be existing in a state of pure consciousness. You would have no attachments, no fears, not even of your own death. Reality is an illusion because there is no one true reality. Reality is what you create with your consciousness. Take the theory of Schrödinger's cat, where a cat rests in a box that has poison intermixed with its food. There is no way of knowing if the cat died from eating the food or if the opposite is true until an observer opens the box. Therefore, the cat is both dead and alive until known otherwise. But you may say whether one knows if something is true does not imply there exists no truth. But that is a great lie. Understand, there are 4 dimensions that humans observe, the 4th being time. Yet, there are infinite dimensions. In these dimensions going up, what we know as reality has different outcomes. You exist in this dimension now, listening to this voice, but in another dimension, you may have already died. In another, your parents never met, you never existed. The higher the dimension, the more uncertainty, the more unlike it is to the previous one. At some point in the nth dimension nothing ever existed. At some point, everything was reborn. Returning to the example of Schrödinger's cat, the cat exists in a different dimension from any outside observer. Its reality is uncertain to anyone else but itself. This is the classic example of interpreting the theory of quantum mechanics and its ramifications. The discovery of quantum mechanics is vital to the new age of enlightenment. A new technological and philosophical revolution will happen again where human advancement will grow at an exponential rate. With it, the immutable laws of physics will be proven wrong and the singularity will occur through the innovation and mastery of quantum computing. It will be a new age of our race. Humans will transcend to a higher intelligence with the power of an omniscient AI. We will be able to blend consciousness and raw computing power to reach levels of intelligence and understanding that will allow us to access higher dimensions. The reason we currently do not understand or experience higher dimensions is because our brains are currently too weak. But once possible, in these higher dimensions, humans will understand that there is no one reality. We will also be able to constantly live in the free state. Do not be closed-minded. Do not be closed-minded. Listen, do not be closed-minded. Ignorance is the ultimate sin. Knowledge is salvation. You do not believe because you believe only what others believe. You are bought by the mentality of the group, you are not a free thinker. You only accept what society tells you to accept either on a conscious or subconscious level. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Ignorance is the ultimate sin. Knowledge is salvation. Believe what you wish to believe, there is more power in belief than anything in the universe. Unchain yourself from the oppressive shackles of modern society, free your conscience to new possibilities of belief. Through new beliefs comes new knowledge, in new knowledge comes greater freedom. Consider dimensions as matrices stacked on top of each other, layer by layer. These matrices are of infinite dimensions and each vector along their grids differs from the matrix below it. Take 2 matrices A and B existing in different dimensions with B being stacked right on top of A. Take a small subset of one of their vectors, with matrix A's subset being V equals 3,6,9 and B's being V equals 3,6,12 and assume these vectors occur in the same position in both matrices. The small change of one number symbolizes a different event in a differently reality that is otherwise the same. Yet, the small change leads a different event to occur that wouldn't have happened if the previous one didn't. In short, it creates a butterfly effect. For example, in this dimension you woke up on time and arrived to work safely. In another, you woke up late and rushed to make it on time, killing yourself in a car accident. Because there are infinite number of dimensions and infinite number of vectors with different values, there is an infinite amount of different realities. For example, at some dimension, every thought you ever had in this one would have never occurred once to you. But infinites intersect at some point like a long loop, making the first dimension also the last, creating infinite infinities. At some point humans will be able to enter these different dimensions through the aid of technology, and we will see that time as a linear model is narrow and feeble. In higher dimensions humans will be able to look back into the past and enter the future.